What's up, bros? You're watching D&G React. My name's Gian. With me, as always, is Daniel Trujillo. And today, we're going to check out the official trailer for URI. Daniel checked it out last night. I'm going to get to check it out, bros.
It's not Yuri? That's what I said.
Is it Yuri? I don't even know. It's URI, Yuri. It doesn't even matter, bro.
It's the surgical strike, bro.
All I know is you guys need to stick around for our discussion after our reaction and make sure you subscribe to the channel. Also, we're going to do a new thing starting next week where you guys send your questions in the comment section with the hashtag AskDNG, and we're going to answer one question per video. Every video. But let's do it, bros. Voice is because my hair. You guys didn't get it. Oh, we're back to Kashmir. Okay.
पाकिस्तान जो भाषा समझता है उसी भाषा में पाकिस्तान को समझाने का समय अब आ गया। सर्जिकल स्ट्राइक्स उरी हमले का हैंडलर कौन था? प्लानिंग कहाँ हुई? भरोसा तो कीजिए मैं नाटक किया ना तो तेरे अखरोट तेरे मुंह से बाहर निकाल दूंगी। जसकीरत जी को देशभक्ति दिखाने का वक्त आ गया। You're going to be my pilot सीरत। ये हिंदुस्तान अब चुप नहीं बैठेगा। ये नया हिंदुस्तान है। ये घर में घुसेगा भी और मारेगा। वक्त आ गया है खून का बदला खून से लेने का। इंडियन आर्मी ने जंग शुरू नहीं की थी, but we will bloody hell finish it. How's the Josh? How's the Josh? जय हिंद, जय हिंद। अल्लाह गिरते बच के कफन जग तुरिया, बच के मौत नू बचा, मारे लखन पर कब दे सारे। अल्लाह गिरते बच के कफन जग तुरिया, बच के मौत नू बचा, मारे लखन पर कब दे सारे। उन्हें कश्मीर चाहिए और हमें उनका सर।
Screwvala. I don't know why that made me laugh. That's fucking brutal.
So what did you think of that?
I liked this way better than the teaser. Like the teaser just felt super like by the numbers nationalistic military film. This felt like an actual action movie.
Like a mission was going on?
Yeah, like an actual mission. This felt more like, you know, I mean, I'm not the biggest Zero Dark 30 fan, but it felt a little more like that. I actually like this better than the Zero Dark 30 stuff that I watch. I don't know. I now I actually want to watch it. When we watched the teaser, I wasn't as
Yeah, that's what I
interested in it.
said. I said yesterday I want to watch it. Like
It was more
politics
intense.
aside, it
Yeah.
looks like a good action movie first, political action drama second.
Which means it's just going to be like 3 hours of talking and like 15 minutes of action.
Well, let's hope not.
Just the attack, but no, like I really enjoyed this trailer, to be honest with you. Like I want to watch this when the teaser. I mean, you guys can watch the link right up there. Like I was not a fan. Daniel likes these kind of movies more than I do, but I was like, this one has actually got me.
Yeah, people
Got
were
me
wondering
into
what
it
you would
more.
think because you don't like war movies.
Yeah.
That you said. Can you clarify what you mean when you said that American films are usually anti-war films? Because some people in the comments were like confused by that statement that you said. I tried to explain it by saying that Americans like to show the reality of war and how grim and shit it is.
Yeah,
They
like
end up
like
being
a lot of these movies that we that you'll see put out in American cinema, war cinemas, they're not meant to get everybody on board and say, "Go America." They're more to show you like just the ugly side of war. And I mean, obviously there are some films out there. I mean, off the top of my head, like Black Hawk Down is not a movie like celebrating, you know.
Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah, Saving Private Ryan is not a movie celebrating
American.
that happen.
Even though there's American motifs, like the end, there's the flag that
right.
waves,
There's always that stuff.
but
like
it's
that.
but at the end of the day, you don't want to. You literally the movie ends with like Matt Damon crying. Everyone's like
Right.
like everyone's dying around all these friends. Like there's no.
I mean, we could go on and on. Apocalypse Now is definitely not a pro-America. Like it's an ugly, gritty movie. Full Metal Jacket isn't. I mean, we could go on down the line. Shit, Forrest Gump is the war section. Of Forrest Gump isn't
Shot in the buttocks.
Yeah,
A snake
like,
bit me or whatever he says.
none of it is like it's not promoting like, hey, we're America, we're the best. You know,
Those are John Wayne movies.
Yeah, they existed, but it's been a long time
America
since
doesn't make John Wayne films
Not
anymore.
anymore. Not anymore.
The other thing I want to talk about this. So I said that I worry, like, I hope the action's good, all that shit, but I hope it's not. It's not hiding like a secret, hidden political like propaganda agenda. And then in the comments, people are like, "It's real life. It can't be propaganda." And I keep replying to them, and I said, "Have you heard of Triumph of the Will?" No one's replied to me yet, so I want to go deeper into that just a little bit. I'm not calling this a propaganda film. I need to see it. I don't know. But what Triumph of the Will was I think it was 1933. Leni Riefenstahl, German director, woman, directed a documentary for Hitler. And it just, all it was just showing the Nazis being Nazis.
Die Wahrheit ist das Fundament, mit dem die Macht der Presse steht und fällt. Und dass man die Wahrheit über Deutschland berichtet, das ist die einzige Forderung, die wir an die Presse auch des Auslandes stellen.
werden vergehen, aber in euch wird Deutschland weiterleben. Und wenn von uns nichts mehr übrig sein wird, dann werdet ihr die Fahne, die wir einst aus dem Nichts hochgezogen haben, in euren Fäusten halten müssen.
It wasn't glorifying them in any way. It was literally just them being them. And it's a huge, huge, huge
It was
film.
them marching and stuff like that. Like, it wasn't
But also
showing
Hitler's
them,
speeches and stuff.
it wasn't them going into Jews' houses and
Exactly,
ripping them
but
out.
it was a huge nationalistic propaganda film that inspired a lot of filmmakers. I mean, Star Wars. George Lucas always talks about how Triumph of the Will like directly inspired a lot of the things he
Right.
did. It's a groundbreaking movie. It's a documentary. I bring this up to say just because it's real life, that doesn't mean this movie is a documentary. That doesn't mean that the filmmakers, not these people, but any film in general, might not have some sort of ulterior motive in what
Right.
they're doing. Just because it's true doesn't mean you should accept every single fucking thing in a movie, and any movie, documentary or not.
Yeah, even documentaries that people fudge with they'll use editing and they'll cut stuff out that they don't want you to hear. A lot of people will go on after they do it, like, I didn't say that, I said this, and then they cut out the whole beginning part where you led into that one statement. I mean, but yeah, no, this is still fiction. It's based on true events. It doesn't
Just
mean,
like it says. It says
Yeah.
based on true events right
yeah,
in the trailer.
it doesn't. They don't do shot for shot. Like a lot of things get changed because it's boring. If they want to do what actually happened, no one will watch it because there's some boring shit. There's the biopic that came out in the '90s about Bruce Lee. They made up a third of the movie because, like, for example, Bruce Lee had surgery. He like fractured his spine and had to have spinal reconstruction because he was lifting weights. And in the movie, he got into a street fight with somebody, and the guy like kicked him in the back when he walked away from him after he won. Like, and then that's why he was in the hospital, because that was way more interesting than him being on a squat rack and the fucking squat bar like
fucked him up.
yeah. So like nobody wants to watch that shit.
But my point is this: just because it says based on a true story
doesn't mean it's a true
yeah,
story.
like for all the people out there who like see that, yes, that like adds another element to the story, but it's also a film. Films are made to manipulate audiences.
We heard with the Pihu when we did Pihu and we didn't like it, based on a true story. Well, like fucking 3 people sent us links. It was based on a 5-year-old kid in Indiana, and all it was 5-year-old found at home alone with dead mom. Like everything else, nothing else that happens in the film. Like It wasn't detailed out. There wasn't a surveillance camera on the kid. Like every single, and somebody else saw another article where it was the same thing, like 3-year-old kid found at home. You know, well, Pihu is about a 2-year-old kid. So already they changed the story to make it seem more interesting.
Just be vigilant. That's all.
Yeah,
just be
it's just
open-minded.
not- yeah.
I'm not criticizing this movie. People like to
It has
think
nothing to do
that
with this movie in
it's
general.
just an observation. I was just a
based
hope.
on true events doesn't mean anything. It just means that they found a story, something happened in real life, and they're making a movie around the situation. But the conversations that Vicky Kaushal is having in this, I guarantee you they didn't happen in real life. Because nobody's documenting these things. Like the speeches, nobody's documenting how they're torturing surgeons.
Pakistanis.
Yeah, how the Pakistanis they captured, they didn't write down, well, okay, well, at this time, when he was
At
yanking,
6:59
when he was electrocuting this guy's nipples, he said, you know, like, no, that shit's not.
And if they do, the filmmakers don't have access
no,
to that stuff.
absolutely not. They don't want you to know what they're saying in there because who knows what they're doing.
I mean, even in Zero Dark 30, they had to omit certain things because they had access to certain documents because the Navy SEALs worked with the team, and then the U.S. Department of Defense came in and said, no, you can't show this, you can't show that, you can't show this, and it changed. So I'm just being open-minded. That's all. That's all I'm
Right.
saying.
Back about Zero Dark 30, you know the whole part where they captured Bin Laden? That shit didn't fucking happen because Bin Laden was probably dead for like 5 years before they captured him.
I mean,
that's my conspiracy
yeah,
theory.
that's his.
And a lot of people fucking believe that too.
I don't believe that,
Yeah,
but
because the motherfucker's was on dialysis for 15 fucking years. So, you know, but who knows? And he was 7 feet tall, but couldn't find a fucking 7 foot tall fucking terrorist, right?
I'm just
On dialysis.
I
This he's a
I believe the story that
America.
happened. I believe the story that happened. That's just me. It's a little suspect. They threw his body overboard, but
Yeah.
that's not. Anyway, if you want to suggest us other
just like
trailers,
Hitler killed himself, and now it turns out he's probably alive in Argentina
which is interesting,
until the 1960s. Didn't find the body either.
trying to end the video.
Anyways, sorry guys. I'm just saying, don't trust your government. You know, Hitler's body, the Russians held on to it
They discovered that skull was a
for,
woman's skull,
yeah,
by the way.
like 80 years later. But hey, you know, governments don't lie to you. So if you know, speaking of all this, you know, if you want to like further this conversation, we have a Reddit page. You should click on it. It's on
the screen right
on the
now.
screen.
It's also in the description.
In the description. Get on Reddit. Talk shit to us. Let's have a discussion about it.
In addition to that, though, every week we'll be posting basically like a thread. The top 3 videos that are most upvoted, we will react to the following week, guaranteed, no matter what. And then, as well, once a month, the number 1 upvoted video will also be reviewed for the movie, like for
Okay.
movie reviews. So we're gonna pick 3 movie reviews every month. You guys pick 1 from Reddit. That's the way it's gonna work right now. You also still can like the video 500 times, et cetera, like that still works.
I mean, you should always smash the like button.
always smash the
Even if you
subscribe
don't
button.
like the button. Smash the like button. All right.
Speed it up. And yeah, don't forget to submit your questions. #AskDG. And then, like Gian said, next week,
Next week,
one
we
question per
started
video.
off.
But that
We'll
was
see you
it.
next time.